Hey everyone, we are Friendly Fire Gaming and welcome to the first episode of the Friendly Fire podcast where we talk about video games.
Hello.
We're a group of gamers from Omaha, Nebraska, and this is a new channel for us, and we're going to do gaming videos, maybe skits, and bring you podcasts. I'm Logan, and Nate's taking a drink. He was supposed to talk next.
Okay, yeah, I'm Nate. Well, there's two Nates here, so we should probably figure out a way how we're gonna distinguish the two of us.
You're Nate 2.
I'm Nate 2.
And Nate 2. We're Nate Worth. So.
Fine.
And I'm Drew.
He's Drew.
I'm Nate 1.
The other Nate.
Yeah.
And I am Patrick, the only PlayStation enthusiast.
No, this is Patrick.
This was Patrick.
Hi, my name's Patrick, and I'm a PlayStation enthusiast.
So yeah, this.
Hi, Patrick.
This is somewhat primarily Xbox kind of podcast, but we'll talk about really any games, tabletop.
See, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really. I wouldn't really say I'm loyal to either console. Like, it doesn't matter what game, what console I play on.
I just like games.
It's like games.
Yeah, we all love games. So, but most of us have Xboxes. So,
yeah. Mostly just because I play with more people that have Xbox. So that was why I bought that.
So, yeah, if you're gonna like video games or you want to hear us as kind of gamers, like average gamers, kind of normal consumers, and our opinions on things,
we're not professionals.
So yeah, this is kind of the first one we're gonna do. And what do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. I think we should kind of...
Any big news coming up? It is...
I have something big that
October 22nd.
Let's
So recently just happened. Both Xbox and PlayStation just took a big price drop. Well, not a big price drop.
Dude, okay, no, on that topic, I saw that holiday bundle that they're releasing for Xbox. You get Gears of War, Fallout 4, and the Xbox for $300.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing...
That is insane.
Ridiculous bundles for some reason. Like, everything went down initially $50, and now everything has a bundle with it. And it's not just a specific, 3 games. Like, it's everything big that's coming out. Battlefront, Fallout 4, fucking everything. I mean, it's ridiculous. I was watching... Are we allowed to talk about other podcasts in here?
I don't see why not.
Okay, I was watching game trailers, and Kyle Bossman is one of my favorite guys on there, and he was talking all about that, and I was like, good thing that I bought my PS4 2 months ago for $400.
Yeah, he was going to watch those holiday price drops.
Well, I mean, Sony was actually the last one to actually do a price drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Sony just announced one recently.
Yeah.
And Xbox actually has 8 bundles right now. There's Fallout 4 that includes Fallout 3. There's the Halo bundle. Gears of War. They have...
I'm still waiting for the Viva Pinata bundle.
Sony bundles. That would be cool. I would play that. So...
I mean, it seems like every major game that comes out now has a limited edition console that comes along with it. Like every major AAA title that's being released recently. So
I just got that sexy Halo bundle.
That thing is pretty cool.
It's beautiful. It makes such crazy noises.
He had
It's amazing.
You had 3 Xbox Ones at one point.
Yeah, I go through them. Occasionally. I like getting the newest, nicest Xbox. So
You're just a whore.
Pretty much. I like Xbox. So.
Yeah. Well, why don't we kind of take a second to go around the room and kind of introduce all of ourselves, and well, not really introduce us, but just kind of what type of games we like to play the most.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start. I typically kind of steer more towards Western RPGs. I don't really care for JRPGs all that much. And shooters and adventure games. My favorite game is Mass Effect. A lot of us are huge Mass Effect fans in here, so I think we can all agree upon that.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. I just play a lot of shooters and adventure games and all that shit. And then occasionally arcade titles.
Those can be good.
Yeah, they can be good. There are some very good ones out there. Who wants to go next?
Drew here. I'd say I play a lot of action adventure games, platformers. I like MMOs, FPS.
Have you played WoW before?
What?
What's WoW?
World of Warcraft? Is that?
I may have invested several years of my life playing that game.
Literally years. Most likely.
This is actually support. This is actually a support group.
We tricked you.
I have a problem because I've had the itch to play again. So
this is an intervention.
Honestly, I've had the itch to play again.
I need a sponsor. If anyone out there would like to be my sponsor, WoW.
Get that $18 million purse.
Get that demon addiction out of me.
Legion looks good. I've been playing since 2004.
I didn't even know you played WoW.
I played WoW longer than these guys have.
Yeah.
What?
I played
original WoW.
I played vanilla WoW. I played old school
Jesus Christ,
original
man.
WoW.
Yeah.
I think I played WoW for a month.
I played Paladin when they were fucking worthless.
I tried to get into it.
Worse.
I tried to get it. You guys tried to get me into it, and I tried to. I couldn't do it. It was just way too much of a grind.
I got to level 66, and I couldn't do it anymore.
If you would have hit 70, you would have been able to fly.
Oh my god. I
That makes it so much better.
He can fly, he can fly, he can It just something happened. And somebody else is a part of the group who'll be here occasionally, Sean.
Yeah,
we were supposed to
who
level
had
up
child
together.
stuff to do.
Responsibilities.
Yeah, responsibilities.
Yeah. We were supposed to level up together, and he decided to level up ahead of me. And I was like, well, fine, fuck you. I won't play anymore.
Yeah.
So, and
that's kind of what happened with Neverwinter. I think we all
Neverwinter's so fun.
We need to start.
I love that game.
Yeah, that is one MMO that I will always play.
Money hungry.
Money hungry.
It's free though, so they kind of have to be. If they want to make any money at all, they made.
They could easily charge like $30 for that game, but they're giving it out for free with a level 60 cap. Like
With the only way to get anything worthwhile by spending hundreds of dollars.
That's future talk of microtransactions.
Yeah,
what we think of that. So.
I don't know. We'll get into that in a later episode.
Nate One has some very
he's got some
opinions.
sort of
DLC and stuff. So
I like it.
That'll be a fun talk.
I know, but anyways, about my game preferences, that's basically what I like. Favorite video game of all time: Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some Zelda fans out there. So.
Love the Zelda.
I've tried to get into Zelda. That's another game I couldn't really. I don't know.
You're just making people hate you, right?
No, something about it, man.
It's adventure.
I know.
It literally is adventure.
I know. Something about it. I can't put my finger on it. I just can't enjoy it.
If you talk to video game fans, like they'll hate you.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking to video game fans right now. Well, I'm in a room of video games.
We already hate you.
Yeah.
Well, just don't.
This is just my way of saying that I hate you.
I'm gonna go cry now.
So.
Go cry in my emo corner. Cut myself.
Well, I guess as far as my video game preferences go, it's pretty widespread. But I'm starting to fall off of the train for the big blockbuster titles, as I'm losing faith in the companies. But mostly first-person shooters with some RPGs thrown in. I was also a big WoW addict for a while, up till 5 in the morning every night playing.
Tell us your feelings about Destiny.
That's another talk for later, alright?
We'll get into that.
We're jumping the gun on these conversations.
Another time about that awful thing on it.
It's not that bad.
But Pokemon was always my biggest game. I played the hell out of Pokemon Gold. That's probably my favorite game of all time.
I think we're all Pokemon fans. Even if you're not a Pokemon fan, you're a Pokemon fan.
The original 250.
150.
No.
My head.
I know it's 150, but the second generation was awesome too.
Yeah,
anything else?
they
Silver's
did.
my
Okay,
favorite. Silver's
that's
my favorite.
anything past the second generation.
I'll give you. I saw no original 150, but Gen 2 is worth it to throw in there.
Yeah, that's true.
I do like.
They're all good.
Yelling at me like that. I know Pokemon.
I do like.
How dare you?
I know those
Just
Pokemans.
I know Pokemans.
I know the Pokemans.
I know the maze.
Just because the new Pokemon are ice cream cones and things like that.
Wasn't one of them like a trash can or
They're
something?
just like
Trash
shapes and neon
bag.
colors.
Trash
now.
bag.
I don't
Like-
understand
He's
it.
the garbage Pokemon.
That's what he actually is.
So
Garbage.
those are all Gen 6 then, right?
So where's the condom Pokemon?
Yeah.
I'm so.
Gen 7.
I'm waiting for the
Coaster, maybe? Is that like
Cloister?
Yeah,
That's the vagina
Slowbro or
Mi-
Slowking. That's the one.
Misty's Cloister and
thing
Brock's
on.
Onyx, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So.
I'm still waiting for like the dildo Pokemon or some shit.
But aside from that,
Give it another generation.
Yeah.
I'm not much for. I love arcade games. I've always been a big arcade game guy. Castle Crashers coming back on HD remake was
That was
was a
amazing.
wonderful
Yeah.
thing.
I'm glad that
Yeah,
happened.
that was
I,
awesome.
I beat it in like a day. So
I need to go back to that and not play with a broken controller like I was for like a month. Alright, Pat, you're up.
Well, I am an avid RPG fan, like ridiculous RPG fan. I've played every Final Fantasy. Every one. Except for 14, which wouldn't fucking work as I tried to log into it the other day. Drew was here yesterday and was just watching me get more and more angry at that because apparently no matter how many passwords I put in, they're all invalid. All of them. But
Never good.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
So you're trying to like skate on having to buy a copy of it or some shit?
No, they had a demo out, and it was like, try it for
Oh,
15
okay.
days. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll try it, because I'm not playing WoW right now until Legion comes out, so I'm like, I got some extra cash. I'm not using the subscription like I normally do. Let's try and see how this is. And I've heard good things about it. I really want to play it.
Let's get
but
good
literally,
reviews.
I can't fucking log into the game. It's driving me nuts.
Weren't they having issues with that when the latest WoW expansion came out? Like people couldn't even log into the game.
Well, that's just because there's so many freaking people just trying to get on.
Maybe that's the same thing. Who knows? I don't know.
But besides RPGs, I do like to give first-person shooters a lot of shit. But I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I thought that was a great first-person shooter. I mean, you could maybe technically, because it has a first-person shooting mode, count Fallout as one, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't put Fallout in the first-person
Fallout's
shooter
Fallout's a
strategy.
hybrid.
It's like first-person perspective is like what I call it.
I don't
It's
know
not
if you
really
do
like
that,
a
but
FPS
I
in
mean,
the traditional
I played a little bit of
sense.
Destiny. I played OG Halo. I loved OG Halo, but like Call of Duty and Battlefront or not Battlefront, Battlefield. Battlefront looks cool. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. Played the beta, loved it. But like the cliche ones, like just get boring.
The roided out.
Boring,
like
very,
this.
very fast.
Bullshit.
Huge platforming nerd. Had original Nintendo back in the day, so I love old school games. Pokemon constantly play.
He's probably the most eclectic of the bunch.
My
Possibly,
favorite
yeah.
game of
So
all
one of you two,
time.
yeah.
I know I got like Metal Gear Solid. You've seen my game collection. I have just
Oh yeah,
all over
it's
the
a little
place.
bit of everything.
Favorite game of all time. I'm just gonna throw one out that nobody knows because it is my favorite game. Is called Xenogears.
Oh, I know
It was
Xenogears.
an old
No, yeah,
Square
Xeno-
Enix RPG
That
in
was a good game. I've actually played
1998.
that. It's a good one.
And it was actually one of the first games that almost ever got banned because it dealt with very heavy religion topics. And that was back in the day where, video games were starting to get slowly big, but they had a lot of,
But they were-
ifs, ands, or buts in the entire industry. Fantastic game. Best story I've ever played in my life. For its time, graphics were amazing because it went from 2D to like 3D fighting and everything. It had a totally unique battle system between the two.
Didn't that one have anime
Cutscenes and everything, yeah.
Okay.
But it was just, the story was great, and it's a long game. It's a hard game.
There's like 3 discs or something.
2 discs.
2 discs.
Oh,
Two
the
discs.
old games are notoriously harder than games these days.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love
fair.
it.
Fair
Love it,
point.
love it.
But-
But they dumb games down
Yeah.
to capture new audiences. I feel like.
Jesus Christ.
What? Jesus.
By the way, Xenogears is on PlayStation Network for $10. Highly recommend playing.
So that you mentioned Final Fantasy. We can kind of segue into our next topic with that. Is about.
Oh wait, that's you.
Supposed to
Nobody
talk
wants to
about
know
my
about Logan.
games.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody cares.
Well, fine.
Oh.
Fuck me, I guess.
I thought you went. Okay, my
What
bad.
the
No, never mind.
Logan doesn't like any games.
What's a video game?
I don't know.
What are those
I like-
weird cards that have green and blue things on
Oh
them in
yeah,
front of you?
we have a magic battle going as we speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Really
like. I mostly like shooters. Also, kind of as like most of the people here. Halo 1 is really what got me into shooters. What else do I like? Battlefield's always pretty good. Battlefield 4 is terrible.
Nope.
Nope,
No.
Battlefield 4 is
No.
the worst.
No. No.
Bad company.
No.
shut
Okay, Bad
up,
Company's
shut
good.
up. Shut the fuck up. I like Mass Effect a lot. God, we like a lot of the same games.
Yeah, I think you and I are pretty much alike in that aspect.
Yeah, my favorite game, my all-time favorite game would be, it had to be Skyrim. Just the one-off
Really?
favorite. Yeah. Like my favorite series, I like Mass Effect trilogy, Halo series, but if I had to pick a single game to play the rest of my life, only one game ever, it'd be Skyrim.
I agree with that.
So Skyrim, yeah, that's the number one thing for me.
Man, okay.
Until Fallout 4 comes out, and then I'll agree, and then Fallout 4 will.
Fallout 4 is gonna be pretty good.
I'm just gonna say, I hope they have the same type of multiplayer that was in Mass Effect 3 as they do in Mass Effect Andromeda when that comes out.
I think I've actually even already talked about that. That it will be a similar 4-player
Fucking
like, co-op-ish.
fingers crossed,
Yeah.
man.
That's gonna be amazing.
That might have been the most of a multiplayer game we might have played.
Yeah, we
played
spent
a lot of that,
in
so.
Me and Logan have been talking serious. Sorry, I don't want to segue
No.
off from multiplayer shenanigans that nobody cares about. But
Hey now.
no, I'm just kidding. I played the
multiplayer fan, huh?
I played the multiplayer for a little while. It was fun. Vanguard kicked ass. That whole thing. I was just teleporting around, stealing everyone's kills.
No man, adepts.
Andromeda is supposed to take place 200 years after the end of Mass Effect 3, and it's of course in the Andromeda Galaxy. So we were talking where we were going down to friggin' the game shop here in town,
Yeah.
and I was like, so who's still alive that we would know? Obviously Liara, because she was only like 400 years old.
No, she was 100 years old.
Yeah, she's young.
She just
Oh, she was still super
yeah,
young.
she was
like,
oh,
she
yeah,
was
yes,
like,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
she was
yeah.
like a sorry jailbait essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So Liara's gonna be alive. We figured Grunt would be alive still because we don't know necessarily if he's
Krogan,
1
yes.
year old or if he's like blah 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 amount of Krogan years, but he's considered to be the perfect Krogan, so he's probably gonna live as long as any
he's
Krogan
probably-
Yeah,
ever
they got a
could.
1,000-year lifespan. like
Yeah.
the Asarian. Yeah. So
Any notable Solarian character is going to be dead.
Yep.
Well,
Solarian, no.
They only live
That
40 years.
Garrus will be dead. Edie
Garrus.
might still be around.
that's possible.
Depending on which ending you chose.
Well-
I wonder if I wonder if they're going to
It's
do
not
that.
gonna matter.
If it's like
Nobody likes those.
you're going to be able to transfer your save data.
I don't think so. I think they're starting over in a sense. I would assume if they're going to play off of like the lore, it would probably go destroy.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for Mass Effect 3, possibly we're going to. Oh my god! I just realized Nate 2
I've tuned
hasn't
out this
played
entire
You
conversation.
haven't
Mass
even
Effect
played the
3. He hasn't
story.
played it yet. Or Nate 1. This is Nate 1. Yeah, Nate Douglas.
Yeah.
Have you not? Did I just start? Oh,
I
man.
have tuned out this entire conversation.
I didn't even spoil anything.
Yeah,
I was
to be
talking
fair,
about
we
like,
didn't talk about the ending. We were
people
talking
who
about characters.
obviously are still alive in the Mass Effect universe, based off.
Yeah.
If you read the Codex is awesome.
It takes a long
Spent
time.
like 35 minutes just listening to
Reading
the
the
Codex.
Codex?
Dude, I'm a huge lore nerd. I'm an RPG guy, dude.
I know you're a lore nerd, but, like-
you don't know how much WoW lore I know? It's not even funny.
Pat would read every quest that he took in
Oh
WoW,
my
I did, and WoW, yeah, I read the text of every quest.
which
You'd
is
have to wait.
insane because it's
For those of you that aren't
hours of reading.
privy to World of Warcraft, which I hope you are, thousands upon thousands of quests where some quest text is like paragraphs and paragraphs.
Some of them were like pages.
And I'd read them all.
That's
and I
like-
even had an add-on because normally the quest text would just pop up instantaneously like that, and you'd have to like read everything. But I had a thing that slowed it down, so it slowly scribbled on, so I could read it as it.
Oh my
That-
I thought you guys had to wait so long.
You were
for
that
when
guy.
I was. Oh man, I
It
hated
was
it.
super annoying.
I was like, I'm done with the quest, Pat. I'm still reading.
I'm with you. I love lore.
I love fucking.
I
Lore.
like
It's
reading
so
about stuff. I'll read the
good.
graphic novels.
I-
I'll read the books.
I
The
like
thing
lore.
about WoW is you don't need to read the quests to know the lore.
We don't.
Well, I don't know
Because
WoW, so that might be different.
Everything
yeah.
that takes place in the quest
Doesn't matter.
is the
It's not
general
lore.
information you need.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, I'm a lore
Goddamn
fan, but
Pat.
I
I'm
try
being
to
super
I try to
annoyed.
pick up on the story as I play. Like I don't know. I
Okay.
like to kind of be surprised.
Question for you then, ESO. Do you listen to the characters talk all the way through, or you just click, cling, 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 cling?
I
Do you just
click through that.
I read it as quick as I can, and then
Yeah.
I
Oh,
click.
no.
I will read
I don't listen to
until
them.
I get
I
to the
listen.
paragraph that I'll
Unless
skip the rest.
I
of it.
listen
if it's
to
the
'em.
story
I need
quests, I'll listen. But if it's like the
Side
regular
shenanigans.
random quests
Yeah.
where you're traveling all over the continent for 20 hours of gameplay, no, I don't.
Are you guys? Are you
At
guys
least
still
main
playing
story.
that?
Yeah, I'm playing it.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
That helps add hours to gameplay.
Oh,
400.
Mind blown.
400 hours of the 500
Dude,
hour
I have
game
no
is
soul.
They're cheating us,
It took me
man.
20 some hours to clear the first continent of ESO, so if you added all that time in, yeah, it'd be a lot.
Yep, that's yeah. They could pretty much probably get away with only recording the first half of characters' dialogue in MMOs, and just leave the rest blank. No one would ever know.
Yeah.
You just cut the other half of it. So
Yeah, save on time.
Next MMO,
Except for
no,
me,
absolutely
I'd be
no
like, what the
reading.
heck?
There you go for those your Mass Effect guys.
oh, nice.
Oh,
We're looking
shit.
at a
We have an awesome.
Uh,
we are asleep.
no. That's the she leads Omega.
Oh, Arya.
Yes, Arya. That's,
Arya Talok.
Yeah. Oh, that's I think that's actually literally from a graphic novel. That cover is from that. So nice.
I need to read those graphic novels.
Try-
Okay,
trying to stay
one day,
relevant.
you and Sean took me to Dragon's Lair. Was it Dragon's Lair?
Yeah, it's a comic book store. here in
Yeah,
town.
comic book store here in town. If you guys are in Omaha, and
If you're
listening to
local.
this. If you're local. But they had, I didn't know they had Mass Effect graphic novels. I'm like, I need to fucking
yeah.
get a hold of those.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Halo, Mass Effect,
Because I've read,
is Halo,
Dead Space has one.
because I've read I forget the name of the book,
especially
but
the
it's
Eric Nyland novels.
it's the story of like Captain Anderson and Saren, like when they were still.
Buddy,
That
buddy.
is the first Mass Effect book.
That's the
actually.
first
That's
novel.
first
I've read that one.
Yep.
That one's awesome.
That was very good.
Yeah.
So. And Nate, one would be the resident Halo lore person. He's read like a bunch of the books, all that. So I've read a lot of the graphic novels, so I have a little bit of the side characters. So.
The
On a scale from
Fall
1
of
to
Reach
7.
is possibly my favorite book of all time.
I'm
And
almost done
they're
with that.
talking about animating it.
It is
As
there.
long as they stick to the source material, that could be great.
It comes with Halo 5.
It
If it
should
comes with
be
it.
that could be something that all Halo fans will truly enjoy, as it's the origin story of the Spartan 2 program, which they never talk about the Spartan 1s, I don't think, really in any of the lore.
Not that I've ever heard.
And the Spartan 2 program is basically the first real Spartan program. And if you notice in the games, the Spartan 3s are your smaller versions of the Spartans because they didn't undergo as much augmentation and all that. And there's talks of the Spartan 4s coming into Halo 5. So,
Well, I think Locke and them are Spartan 4s, and 3 of the characters from that novel are with Master Chief in Halo 5.
Yes.
So it's actually pulling from the real
team,
lore. Yeah.
The blue team is actually part of John, Master Chief's original. Like that was his team, like his little squad amongst the Spartan 2s, and that includes Kelly and Fred and Linda.
And yeah, they knew each other's kids. Then they were like abducted together and they were trained together.
They were trained together as kids, and the Master Chief is the Master Chief because he was always the biggest and the strongest. And he showed the best leadership skills.
So,
Guys, I need
Halo nerd.
I need subtitles.
The Mass Effect, or not the Mass Effect, the Halo
you know
anime
Halo?
on Netflix.
I don't Halo at all. I have no idea.
Yeah, they're getting the Halo lore or nation, however you want to say it. They've gotten very good with all the content they're putting out to pair with their games and keeping it pretty relevant. Aside from Halo Reach, which was just
the game we do not speak of.
I liked Halo Reach. I thought it was fun.
Nope. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I thought it was cool.
All right,
as far as lore goes, it made no sense. It was way.
It made it all
The
up.
timeline was completely off. There were Spartan 3s before there were Spartan 2s.
Well, maybe I'm just biased because like I don't dive into the lore of Halo that much. I just enjoyed the game because it was fun to play.
The campaign was really fun. The multiplayer was far too heavy on jetpacks, but if you liked that,
Well, because that's when they were trying to like kind of compete with COD, I guess.
Halo has never tried to compete with that. They're 100% different games. They're two different
But I think that was kind of an attempt, like, because that's when they introduced sprinting into Halo, because that was never there before.
That's becoming part of the modern shooter era.
Remember Mass Effect brought it in.
if you think about it, a Spartan should be able to sprint.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
should. They should.
But they always argued that they were just always sprinting.
Well, when they jump the floaty jump, I mean, they're probably jumping like 10 feet in the air because they're massive, super soldiers.
Well, when you can take a rocket to the face, I'm pretty sure you can jump.
Or flip a tank with your bare hand.
Flip a
I did.
55-ton tank with your bare hand.
Best space BFF ever. Okay, I have a question, Halo nerds.
Okay.
1 out of 10. Scale of 10, sorry. How hot is Cortana? Go!
I never,
Be honest.
I never
Be
really
honest.
thought anything of it. She's just an AI.
Well, imagine
he's
her.
lying.
Imagine
He's
her in
lying.
human skin.
Well, the thing is like, being that I played the first game and read the books, Cortana seems very much like an AI and not a real person. Whereas in the games, they kind of portray her as a real person.
If we're talking about like other video game crushes, Liara is my main squeeze.
Liara is for sure.
Yep, Liara's my
always.
Well,
always
my
my
number one.
pursuit.
You can count Miranda, but she's actually a real person. So
Screw Miranda.
what? Yeah, I would screw Miranda.
She was a bitch.
There's an entire race of.
And she can't have
I know
costume.
she's voiced by like my favorite person on the planet. But
She's not voiced by Yvonne Strahovski. She is Yvonne Strahovski.
Pretty much. They
He
modeled
just
her
had a
character
daughter,
and
but
everything.
don't worry,
Like, you
she's
don't
his
find her
favorite
attractive at all.
favorite person on the
Infants
planet.
don't count. They
I'm
have no
literally-
personality yet.
I'm literally watching Chuck again right now. Which, by the way, for all you Mass
And
Effect
masturbating at
fans,
the same time.
if you
Yvonne
like
Strahovski.
Yvonne Strahovski, who is Miranda, watch the show Chuck
Yes.
because she's really hot.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
And she's
like,
constantly in a bikini. So
nothing wrong with that.
Or like tight pants.
So we have a couple other things that we were going to talk about at least.
I was gonna bring up like
What do you got?
before we
What do you got? Let's do it.
before I cut you off that one time on accident, but
Dick.
Pat talked about how he's a huge Final Fantasy fan, and we were kind of talking about topics for this before we started recording. What's your thought on HD remakes of games? Because I know Square Enix had a big deal where they were talking about like they're gonna do an HD remake of every game that they've ever made.
You want me to go on this? Because I got some.
Well, Nate's got some.
You want to talk about this? I'll talk about
I got
this.
some data on this one for you. Okay.
Yeah. Go for
So, I can guarantee you that no other game in history will be asked for that long to get an HD remake like Final Fantasy VII did. Final Fantasy VII is not my favorite out of all the Final Fantasy VIIs. 9 is my personal
it.
favorite.
But it's the most iconic.
Here's what happened. Okay, we go all the way back to
The most popular, yeah.
1999.
History
okay?
lesson. Right here.
Yeah, I'm going 1999. We go back. It's the first big E3 thing, and this is when like they didn't do fucking CGI. They didn't have all the big.
This is
CGI
the part
trailers.
where we sit around in a circle and like sit Indian style and like Grandpa Pat.
I'm talking about PlayStation stuff.
Old man Pat
Yeah,
tells
like,
tales.
We've heard the legends of the PS4. Fuck. Anyway, so 1999, go back. PS2 first is getting like unveiled, and they're doing all the tech demos. You got the rubber duckies. You know, they have the stupid little rubber ducky thing they did back in the day. But it was all like tech demos back in the day. They didn't show actual gameplay. They were just like, hey, look, this is what our thing can do. And they showed a Final Fantasy VIII, like the dance scene from Final Fantasy VIII, but they showed it running in the PS2 like engine. They were like, oh, look how cool this is. And everyone was like, yeah, that's awesome. But nobody was like, they saw that and they were like, we want a Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII remake. And they're like, no, that fucking game just came out. Why would we make a remake of that? We just did this to show you. Jump ahead. 2011, PS3 comes out. And one of the tech demos that they do there is fucking
2011.
Or sorry, 2010.
2007. I was
Or
gonna say,
2007. Yeah,
you're a little
sorry,
behind there.
shut up. 2007. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. 2011 is the next
That's why
thing.
we edit, right?
2011 is the next thing. Whatever, shut up. 2007, PS3 gets unveiled, and they're doing the tech demos again. They did the fucking rubber duckies and stuff like that, but now they showed a Final Fantasy VII like technical demo. It obviously said on it says technical demo with Final Fantasy VII.
I think I do remember seeing that one.
And it looked awesome. Everyone was like, but the thing was, it was the intro to the game. Like it was legitly when you first booted up Final Fantasy VII, it was that.
They had like the
intro to
train
game.
station
But
and all that stuff.
Yep, and Cloud jumping off, and then just hardcore, let's go, and then cut away. And GameSpot came out with an article back then, and one of the lines they said it's not if a Final Fantasy VII remake will come out, but when a Final Fantasy VII remake would come out. And people were like, "That's hilarious. Why would we fucking get excited for Final Fantasy 13? That's getting ready to come out. Why would we make an old game like that?" You're just thinking. And then we come to last year, 2014, and they had PSX going on, and the president of freaking the Japanese station in Sony comes out, and he goes, 17 long years. I watched it. I was so mad. He goes, 17 long years ago. And you hear everyone cheering, but you can't see what's going on. Just a white screen behind him. And then they cut away, and it says Final Fantasy VII on it. So everyone's like, hype, 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 hype. They show the trailer. It's just a goddamn... It's the PC port to the PS4. It's just the original old school Final Fantasy VII. But you know what? He fucking knew. Because they had it in the plans the whole time. He was just sitting there doing it. He's like, you all fall into my trap. Because, yeah, you're going to get all pissed off and think we're trolling. E3. Fucking Final Fantasy VII remake. If people are betting that your remake is going to come out that far away, 17 years ago, no other game will ever get as much hype or be asked that much to get a remake. That's my defense. Done.
A lot of people, are very excited for Final Fantasy VII because it just was one, like it's the most iconic one of them. But are HD remakes a thing that we need though, or should the developers be focusing on?
Here's my thoughts. Like I know, like the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition or whatever it's called, like that came out for free on Xbox One, like games with gold. Mm-hmm. Now that's cool because Tomb Raider is a great game, but I don't think they need to be releasing HD remakes that soon after the original game comes out because
that's not an HD remake though.
It's not.
That is a reboot of the entire series. That's not a remake of an older game.
Okay.
I'm talking about like
it's
one
like
for
a
one
prequel
port,
story.
like
it's like
Halo
when
Master
she
Chief
started.
Collection has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So, because I was gonna say, if that was the case of an HD remake, if they're making it that like soon after the original game comes out, like that's kind of pointless.
Give it some time.
Give it some
If they're
time.
gonna do a
Give it some time to let people enjoy it and sink in before like you drop like, oh, pay $60 for this, and then you can get like slightly updated.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the HD remake I was most disappointed on was Fable 1 remake.
Ugh.
Yeah. Terrible.
It was
I was so stoked for it because Fable 1 was my favorite Xbox game.
The only good Fable.
Fable 1's the only good Fable.
Basically,
It's the
2
only-
was fun.
I don't care if people hate on
was
me.
good, but
2 was fun. The ending was bad.
The gameplay.
Chicken chaser.
Chicken chaser. Anyway,
So Fable as a game has always had consistently good gameplay, but like the story gets progressively worse and worse, and I feel like
Jack
Peter
Blades is fucking badass.
I feel like Peter Molyneux just needs to cut his losses and find a new series, but like we'll see how Fable new game.
He's actually no longer at Lionhead.
Oh, that's probably good. That's probably a good thing.
Peter Molyneux has been gone for a while.
Anyway, back to my original gripe was like I was so stoked when I finally heard that Fable 1 was getting a HD remake. And I'm like, yes, that's cool. That's good. It's been like 10 years since it came out, and they don't even bother updating like the audio of it. It's still the original like crappy analog audio from Xbox, and the graphics are just like slightly reskinned to Xbox 360 graphics, and it wasn't even it wasn't even good. It was like they could have did the same fucking thing on the Xbox, like the first one. And I paid $40 for that game, and it fucking sucked. I was so pissed.
Yeah, the graphics could have been updated
Like
a lot more probably.
It wasn't even. It wasn't even.
It wasn't that they screwed up the graphics updating. Like the characters didn't even look
very
right,
true.
and they actually looked worse than the original game.
They were like
which
muddy,
made no
right?
sense.
They were almost like blurry,
Yeah.
like watercolor. There wasn't a definitive like HD. There was no HD there. It
There
was like they forgot
yeah,
HD
they
in the
that's
HD
the point of
remake.
HD remake. They didn't
So,
even include the HD part.
Yeah.
But as far as HD remakes go, like I know that my opinion is for them because of how much I prefer like the retro style games compared to the current blockbuster titles. But HD remakes, I think they're a good thing as long as the studio is focusing, not their entire manpower on the HD remake, because it can't be that difficult. You don't have to write anything. The only things you're doing are graphically creating the game in memory of the old games.
But like your base code is still there.
Yes.
And
So
again, none of us know how to make games. So
Yeah,
this is
we're not
we're just
professionals.
speculating, which is totally fine. But yeah,
I
that's
played
a good point,
RPG
though,
Maker
is-
back in
yeah.
the day.
Yeah, but that's
I
a
did
good point though, is that
I
you
made- I
still
made-
have.
I made a basic game in Unity one time. Like it was crap, but I made it.
You still have the core game, and you just need to do the graphics. It doesn't seem like there should be that much. There shouldn't be that much work to it. You'd guess.
I mean, you look at games like Castle Crashers, one of the newest HD remakes, which I mean, it's just an arcade game, but it was a great game. A lot of people liked playing that with their friends, as it had
We still
the
play it.
4-player multiplayer where it's all co-op, minus the battles for the princess kisses. But
That's where you learn what friends you hate the most.
Yeah,
right?
That's the most cutthroat.
That's-
moment.
after
Oh,
our
yeah.
last playthrough,
That
and
is
I
brutal.
won the battle, Logan was very upset with
Oh
me
yeah, fuck that game.
as
Logan
it was
didn't
me
get
and
winning.
him, and
Oh,
the
God.
long run.
Even old games like Turtles 2 for NES, you competed for April's Kiss.
Yeah. You lose friends over these games.
Always.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But you think about, I mean, you look at that game, and honestly, as far as HD remake goes, it looked exactly the same. There really wasn't
They just brought
much
it over to the new
updating to it.
generation.
It just looked a little crisper.
The move. Yeah, I was just gonna say the move.
60 frames.
But
60
Possibly,
frames.
yeah.
No,
they
that's
did
the
update
point
it
of
a little
upgrade.
bit with a different.
You'd hope they'd be able to hit that at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
So-
when the HD remake came out for Last of Us, I played both of them. Last of Us on the PS4, I mean, it's perfect 60 frames constantly. That's one of the big things they do. Like fucking, I hate to sound like a broken record because I keep quoting Square Enix, but good HD remakes that have come out, the Final Fantasy X one and all the Kingdom Hearts.
But Last of
ones
Us
that
is a
I have.
Naughty Dog game.
It is a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah, you said Square Enix.
No, I meant that was the intro.
Fantasy.
I was talking about
Okay.
Final Fantasy and
All
stuff
right.
like that.
Keep up.
Coming up.
Come on.
No, but like the Kingdom Hearts, I have both the remakes. I'm gonna get the third one before the new one comes out, and friggin' the Final Fantasy X remake, like you were saying, like they didn't change anything gameplay wise. They were just like, hey, look, everything looks a little crisper, and it runs at a much smoother frames, per second.
Just gives you another chance to play through your old games that you
Why would
love.
you not?
That
But
is
on a
that's-
newer
yeah,
console.
that's nice.
That's
Yeah.
the difference between HD remakes and what Final Fantasy VII is doing.
Because they're making an entirely new game, aren't they?
They're gonna make the same story, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna do the classic JRPG like turn by turn battle.
No.
But the biggest thing that they're doing, that they have been doing with RPGs for a long time, because let's be honest, fucking graphics today are getting ridiculous,
Almost realistic.
and you
Which
can't
is crazy.
Yeah,
when you
pretty
take
much.
a game like Final Fantasy, when it's that huge open world, like you could argue with like ESO and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I mean they can do open worlds like that. But when it comes to freaking Final Fantasy with how many characters, how many quests, friggin' just everything, they have such a huge thing back in the day. It was big enough, and now to do HD remake of all that, because I know none of you guys have played Final Fantasy VII because you don't know how much stuff in that story happens.
Well, I've heard. Yeah.
I mean, if you
It's
just
a
play
big game.
straight through that game, just a pure only main quest, don't even care about side quests, I guarantee you at least 60 hours.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's.
And that's not counting trying to get the gold chocobo and get all the ultimate weapons.
The
and,
gold
and-
chocobo.
Yeah.
The Great Deku Tree. Oh, wait, that's not Final Fantasy VII.
Zelda. You
Zelda?
freaking nerd.
Oh my god.
Don't talk for the next 10 minutes. You're done.
I'm
Mr.
I'm
I don't
time
play.
out.
We're gonna
Time
make
out.
you play,
So.
dude. You got to play the newest one. Link Between Worlds is fantastic.
Is that out for
Does it
Wii?
not like
The new
it?
Zelda?
That's fantastic.
It's
It is
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Say that again. That's fantastic.
No, it is. It's fucking. God damn
We're
it.
making fun of the new Fantastic
Don't go
Four,
see
so.
or don't ever see Fantastic Four because it's already out already.
Well,
Don't watch
while
Fantastic Four
while
ever.
Drew has us playing, he is watching a alpha trailer of the new.
I'm watching live, or not live, it's actual gameplay footage of the closed alpha for Doom.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Wait,
Yes.
not the Bethesda one, like the
Like-
legit.
like
Like the
alpha?
new Doom.
like the new
You
Doom.
did the new Doom.
Yeah, because they showed some of that at E3.
Is this live gameplay right now?
This is alpha. It's not live,
Well,
but
well,
it's
you know what I mean,
actual
okay.
game.
I
Just the
saw the
multiplayer?
gameplay trailer at E3, but I haven't
This is
seen it.
multiplayer, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they showed the single player. I believe it was E3 or Gamescom. I can't remember.
It
which
was
one
yeah, it was E3. They released.
Whoever
They
gets the chainsaw wins.
Oh god,
Oh, it
I remember
looks-
me
It
and
just looks so fluid.
Nate one over here. We played all of I think Doom 3 co-op
Yep.
on the original Xbox. That was
It was
some good
actually
times.
a really good game.
That was.
I don't know. A lot of people were disappointed with that game though. I don't know why. I thought it was fun.
I don't have a reference on the
Doom
old
3?
Doom, but
Pretty solid
Yeah.
game.
I was watching a top 10 list of like disappointing games of the last decade or some shit. I forgot what it was called. And Doom 3 was on that. Like I don't know why. That game was fun.
Doom 3 is a great game.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
They probably complained because they had to either shine a flashlight or shoot. And
That added to the horror, man. I love that. That
That's
was
what-
such a cool.
That was like with
mechanic.
Alan Wake. Remember that game Alan Wake? That was like one of the main mechanics. Is like you have to use light to your advantage.
like break down their shield, like the shadow shield, whatever you want to call it, with a flashlight, and then the bullets would take
And then,
effect.
that's what we
That game was a
well,
blast.
maybe
so.
they just argue that you couldn't just like use the intestines of some crazy monster that you killed and tape your fucking flashlight to your gun.
right.
I suppose you could have, but that takes away from the mechanics. I think.
Exactly.
I love that mechanic. So.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Doom when that comes out. That's gonna be great.
It looks so good.
And I actually read something about EA as a company. They're actually not going to do any HD remakes.
Really.
The Peter Moore, the head of the company, had said that he actually wants to focus on future gaming, and that's kind of what actually made me want to ask this question to you guys. Is that, yeah, should we make HD remakes? Bother with them at all? Because some people, whole companies, EA doesn't want to, so we won't see a Mass Effect trilogy HD remake ever.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
That's
but
sad.
They
but-
want to focus on the future specifically. So there's kind of the both sides.
But
of
with
this,
your upcoming backwards compatibility, you'll still be able to play all of them.
as long as
That's-
the
yeah,
publisher,
that's a good point,
as long as the publisher this is Xbox One specifically. Once the publisher allows Xbox to make it, they just have to okay it. Xbox does the rest. But that's the thing is, EA might say no. They might not allow it.
Because right now that update's only for like Microsoft Studios games, isn't it? Or
Like,
No,
games that are
no,
made by Microsoft.
Nope,
Studios
they have
like that?
Borderlands on there. They
Okay.
have Super Meat Boy.
Okay.
So yeah, they want the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, actually wants to do all first-party Microsoft games to go backwards compatible. That's a future goal.
Uh-huh.
But as of right now, it's whatever developer publisher says, yeah, you can do that. They are allowed to.
Well, I really think that EA should look at HD remakes for particular games, because I really want to play an HD remake of Madden 95.
What?
Yeah, do you? You think that? I think that might be far on the list of
Go
anything
back.
they would make, unfortunately.
Go back to Troy Aikman days.
Yeah, we might
Well,
have
if
to
you
pull the
talk
retro
to any
consoles.
current Madden players, I'm pretty sure they'd probably agree with
They'd
that.
agree with that,
With
yeah.
how awful Madden 16 has
Yeah.
been so far.
Actually, I got
I'm
another.
so glad I don't play those games.
I was listening to another podcast today, and they were talking about the top 10 physical sales of October so far. Madden is number 2 of the month.
What's number
and
one?
all of those people are disappointed.
They probably wouldn't be still buying
What-
it
I mean,
in
what-
October
what
from
can they-
August if there was.
What other football games are there out there?
Oh wait a minute, there's none.
There are none.
So.
Especially
EA
since
got- EA got-
NCAA is no longer making
Yep,
games.
NCAA college football is dead.
no, dude, I miss the NCAA games. I used to play those all the time.
2K, give me my football game.
Yeah.
2K.
Since their basketball game was going over so well.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Actually, the top selling game was NBA for this month, so which
NBA
makes sense because
2K,
it's
NBA
October.
whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which reminds me, after the
whatever year it
podcast, I need to show you guys
Did you
something.
get that? Did you get the new NBA game?
No.
You didn't get okay because apparently it's the fucking greatest sports
NFL
game
Blitz
of
for
all time. Is what people
NFL
say.
Blitz,
All
yes.
time?
I'm hearing reviewers say of all time for the new NBA game, best sports game ever made.
There's a review of NBA
Really?
2K16. I want you guys to take a look at it after.
We'll have to see that. So,
Yeah.
So HD remakes, you guys
I'm
like?
for it.
You like them? I like them too. I think it's a cool idea.
I like them. But I think they need to be selective about which games they make.
Agreed.
They
there
make
are some games that are unnecessary to remake. Yeah.
Like I could have did without the Fable remake, but
Well, everybody was excited for it. They just didn't deliver.
Yeah,
They didn't
that
deliver.
could have been huge.
in true Lionhead Studios fashion, like
Well, you expect a great ending, and then you make a decision, and the game's
okay.
over.
Well, I will say though, Fable 3 did have like kind of a true moral choice at the end of the game. Like, do you think the game is about to
kill
end?
the population, or do you want to have
Do you
want
want to be like the Jesus of the town?
But the game should actually make you feel that the choice matters. I
And
didn't
it
care about the
doesn't.
town at all. I
Yeah.
tried to save money the whole time because I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to do the best ending I could. And normally in a game, I actually care about the players. You know the characters in the game. I didn't give a shit.
I'll admit I've teared up in
Because
Mass
you
Effect.
There was no
I have
characters that
man
you
tears.
cared about.
Man
They were all
tears.
faceless man.
And
you know.
after you made your choice at the end of
that
Fable,
more-
spoilers. After you make your choice, there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. You just, if you're evil, you just walk around town and everybody's
Scream,
afraid of you.
yeah.
Yeah, there's literally nothing else to do after that.
Yep, Lionhead
was a good
has had
idea
some
in theory.
missteps. Yeah, in theory, everything Peter Molyneux says is the best thing ever.
I'm giving them one more chance with this new game, and then after that,
Okay, the thing you're talking about Fable Legends.
Fable Legends. Yeah.
Okay, you got to understand that is actually just a multiplayer.
Yeah, it's a
co-op
different
game.
game. It's not.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
an actual.
Don't go into that game thinking it's another Fable RPG. It is a
more or
co-op
less-
multiplayer game.
So
It's more or less a Fable universe multiplayer game.
Yeah, it's
That might be kinda cool.
And it is free to play, and so you can just try it if you want, and then you can obviously buy other things. It's the free to play model. So
Yeah.
this new Fable is not Fable 4 or whatever. So it's something different.
Is it
hopefully.
pay to win though?
Well,
I played the beta. I don't think so because I had the basic abilities. I played like one of the spellcasters, which is weird. You had different color like magic apples, and you
What?
throw that. Yeah,
Hate
magic
it already.
apples.
Hate it already.
It was pretty fun though. The mechanic was fun. Basically, you're like throwing grenades over and over and over. There's a lot of buffs you can do to other characters, so it has some good interplay. And we beat the level as a co-op team, with we didn't pay anything. It's just the beta.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll go that route, but we'll see.
Well, you never know. Sometimes companies will promise you that they're not going to have microtransactions for years and years, and then as soon as the game is coming out, they give you microtransactions. So
Are you talking about a game in specific?
I am. I can think
there
of one.
was one that was recently talked about. I can't remember the name of it, though.
I got it right now.
What is it?
Assassin's Creed Syndicate's coming out. Guess what? They throw at the PSX trailer. They're like, guess what? This kick-ass new DLC that's coming out. It's Jack the Ripper. It takes place. You're like, oh, Jack the Ripper. That
You can
fucking
play
sounds
as
awesome.
Jack the Ripper.
No. You hunt Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
Like you
I
don't
wanna
know
play
if
Jack
he's a
the Ripper.
Templar or something like that. I'm sure there's a way that you like unlock a skin or anything. But guess what? It's only available with the season pass.
Of course.
There's the draw. So
Oh, it's so bad.
Assassin's Creed has become Ubisoft's COD.
You know
Well-
who consistently has HD remakes that are good? I'm not even lying. Is fucking Nintendo. Like both Zeldas that have come out.
no. Every generation of a Nintendo is just HD remakes.
Well,
Every time they
technically,
make a new
it's-
system, it's an HD remake of the game before.
Do they sell?
I'm not saying it's a bad idea.
they do so.
I'm just
They-
saying that what's the newest original Mario game?
Super Mario,
Mario
Galaxy.
Galaxy 2.
Galaxy.
Galaxy was
2.
before that. It was Super Mario Sunshine on the 64 or the
On the
GameCube.
GameCube.
On the GameCube. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of original IPs on Nintendo. They're all HD remakes.
No, but they're.
And I'm being sarcastic.
Xenoblade looks
They
really
are awesome,
cool.
and they sell,
Xenoblade
obviously.
looks really
I'm just
cool.
saying that.
Nintendo does most of their
But
work
Ninten-
with handhelds.
Nintendo's in a different.
So that's where
market.
you get.
Well, I understand
That's
that. I'm just
their
saying when it comes to
original
HD
style.
remakes,
Yeah.
at the Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask,
Like-
even the new Pokemon, Omega Ruby and Sapphire,
Awesome.
or Alpha Sapphire.
They're
I
great,
have
yeah.
Omega Ruby. It's fucking awesome.
I didn't say they were
loved it.
bad. I just
See,
said
like,
that all they
Pokemon,
ever
what-
do
what
is
is that?
HD
Just because
remakes.
your dick gets limp when Nintendo comes
Pokemon.
out.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Remix.
I like
So-
Nintendo games.
See, like,
I've seen you
saying.
play Pokemon before.
I love Pokemon.
I know.
played-
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I played Gold. I played Silver.
Although I will
5
say,
times throughout my
Heart
childhood.
Gold and Soul Silver were an abomination in comparison to the original.
I agree.
It was too easy. I mean, they made it for kids, and that.
Baby.
I mean, the original game was made for kids,
babies.
but
the babies.
I don't understand why.
Yeah,
it
there's
needs to get
those are
easier.
legit RPGs though. Those Pokemon games, they're
yeah.
not easy to get the most value out of it. You can play.
Like on the surface, it just looks like a little kiddie game, but like
Out of curiosity, can we all go around and just because we're talking about it in quick side segment. First Pokemon you ever got? Squirtle. Go.
Charmander.
I actually played my uncle's version of Blue, so I didn't pick my own. So I guess my first Pokemon I chose was Totodile. Because I played off somebody else's. So
Yeah, the water type.
from Silver.
Cyndaquil, Bayleaf,
Oh,
and
so-
Totodile were the three.
So you kind of started a little late then.
Well, I played Blue, but it was my uncle's
Played Yellow
copy,
first?
so I didn't
Played
have it
Yellow
on,
first.
so-
Nerd.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
Nice. So.
Squirtle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, Squirtle. Squirtle for
Charmander.
life.
Charmander for me.
So.
I didn't even know what Pokemon was when I bought the game. I was like 8 years old, and I was like, Mom, can I buy that?
I got so mad at my brother. I remember so well because I was trying to do the trade glitch, to where if you clicked up and B at a certain point during the trade, it would copy, like it would get rid of one,
there was
the
like
weaker one, and make a copy of both of them.
We did an exploit like that where you turn it
And I
off.
did it wrong. Yeah,
Mid-trade,
you're supposed
you turn
to.
the power off.
Remember the rare candy sheet?
Missing number? Yeah,
Yeah.
you do the missing number.
Yeah.
You glitch the
I
crap
did
out of your
for
game.
Fucking everything.
No, I did it wrong with my brother though, and it was so funny because I think about it back to this day, and I got mad at him, but it was entirely my fault because I was
What
like,
did you do?
well, that's back when I didn't know how to play Pokemon very well, so even my starter wasn't my main dude. I had like a fucking level like 72 Parasect for some reason. He was so good.
Fuck.
Because I had Spore, I could put him to
Why would you
sleep,
do
and I would
that?
just drain their health, and I had Slash that did critical damage
You
all
know,
the time.
in
Like,
the
he was super good.
original Pokemon, we were red and blue. Parasect was a pretty strong Pokemon.
It was good. It was very good.
Fair
Spore
point,
hits 100% of the time.
In
and
the
it
first
puts him safe.
game, your status effect Pokemon were generally really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I messed it up because he traded me a level 2 Rattata. I'm like, just go catch a Rattata, and then I'll copy Parasect for you so you can beat the game. Like, it's super easy. And I fucked it up, and I was so mad at him.
Did
even
you
though I was
give him your Pokemon without copying it, or did you delete it? What happened?
No, we did it wrong where the Rattata got copied instead of Parasect. We lost everything. Like, it was so bad.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah,
That's
those,
bad.
those save
Oh, I was
up,
mad.
so.
Anyway, childhood
But-
memories.
And you actually brought up that Assassin's Creed had a season pass exclusive.
Yeah,
Right?
but it's
You
just stupid. Yeah, it's just like
You get to play as Jack the Ripper.
you don't
So-
get to buy it. Even when the game comes out, if they're not going to release that deal, I bet you they will. But
Maybe
it's
in
just
the future,
stupid
yeah.
right now.
But they
that they're
had
like,
to,
the only
yeah.
way you can get this is if you buy the season pass.
Well, and this is going to open up a whole other can of worms, but I wanted to actually ask about the hot topic right now is Battlefront coming out for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have. What are you guys watching? We're gonna pause the podcast real quick.
is it the
What are you
He-Man
watching?
thing? Is
We're
it-
watching Rocket League highlights, which
What?
are
Oh, so good.
Rocket League's good.
Rocket League.
Focus up, guys.
I haven't
We
played
gotta
Rocket League
we
yet.
gotta do this. So.
Yeah, Drew's all zoned out in his Rocket League.
Watching some
Anyway,
Rocket League.
Battlefront.
But I wanted to ask actually about the season pass. How, and this is for all games, but right now Battlefront's about to come out. They have a $50 season pass, which is somewhat standard for shooters nowadays. They haven't announced what it is, and you can buy the game for $60, play the game. That's fine.
Boba Fett.
The season pass is
Boba
$50.
Fett.
So I mean, people say if you want the full experience, which depends what you call the full experience, would be $110. What do you guys think about season passes in general, and the way DLC is kind of distributed nowadays in this generation?
hate
So-
season
I'm always
one at a
late.
time, guys. This is a heated debate. So.
Pat, you can go first. Since you guys started.
Okay, no, I shouldn't say I hate season passes. I hate season passes that only have exclusive bullshit going on it.
Okay.
Like you can't get this piece of content unless you buy the season pass.
Yes.
That's
Like,
dumb. Yeah,
Why
that's,
is that?
That's dumb.
Why don't you like that?
because it's okay. So I'm an average gamer, and I don't have the money right now to just drop like $50. But maybe in the future, I'll be able to get that DLC. But I can't get it unless I buy the season
So
pass.
you
right
would
away.
you would prefer to buy DLC in pieces as opposed to the
Yes,
the
obviously.
full season
Unless
pass?
it's a total deal, like the Taken King one. Like we were talking about that when I was playing out here. I'm like, well, all I have is Destiny. I don't have any of the expansions. But if I bought both expansions and then tried to buy the Taken King expansion, it would cost me more money in the long
as
run.
if you were to rebuy
If
everything.
I just buy, because it says
Yeah.
it just comes with regular Destiny, but I get both those expansions that I could buy, and I get the Taken King.
You actually save
shenanigans.
money
I save money
rebuying
doing it
the
that way.
base game.
But
included.
like a game I can think of right now is I bought the King's Quest season pass. Because with King's Quest you get it's like the Telltale Walking Dead games, but just old school Sierra games. 5 chapters. But instead of spending $15 a chapter with the season pass, it only costs technically $10 a chapter.
But you're buying a whole game in that sense. You're not buying DLC, right? That's
Well,
like
it's
saying you're
5 chapters of DLC, so I could pay $15 a piece for each chapter. Or if I bought the season pass right now, it only cost me $10 a
But
chapter.
those 5 chapters aren't an addition to the game. that
they are.
is the game, right?
Well, technically, yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like the Telltale games, those aren't DLCs in addition to a game. Those are the game itself.
But it's cheaper to buy the
You have to
season
buy- you have
pass
to buy the
compared to
DLC.
That
buying
makes sense,
separate
yeah.
ones.
I was
That's
talking
where
about-
season passes work good. That's what I'm.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah,
That's,
if you buy,
I'm not, yeah.
if
But
you
if,
buy
like,
the
if
game,
I have to buy a
yeah.
season pass to get something, just this one tiny thing specific, and it was like,
well, and you don't play a lot of multiplayer games where you need the season pass to make sure you play the new maps with your friends. So yeah,
See, like the problem
I don't
is,
have friends. God.
we don't like you, so
See,
I don't know
the
why.
problem is-
so
I
Yeah.
play PlayStation
it's
4.
only
I
because
have
you
no
live
friends.
here is why you.
See, the problem is though, especially with like I'll use Battlefield 4 as an example. I know you hate it, but I love it. Logan, just shut up. Anyway, okay, the problem I have with like, because I did buy premium, yeah, but I bought it when it was on special. I got it for like $20. But so it includes all the maps, all the packs, all that stuff. But my problem is like a lot of these people that buy premium, those specific map packs, they're just completely dead after a while. So it's like I paid $15, maybe play this for like a week, and then everybody just goes back to playing like their favorite maps.
Like the core game.
Because they're
what
tired.
like.
Because they're like, oh, these maps really suck, or these maps are really good. So it's like, okay, I spent $15 to play it for a week, and like now what the hell do I do? Nobody wants to play them.
Yeah.
So my biggest issue is I'm for season passes in a sense, but I don't like. I'm leery about like buying map packs individually because like if I buy it and I realize it sucks, it's like, well shit, now I just wasted my money. But it's a gamble you have to take
Yep, that
if
is
you're
kind of the risk
if you're
of
gonna be playing
in general,
multiplayer gaming.
Always is. I mean, think about it. What's the worst WoW expansion you can think of? 1, 2, 3. Burning Legion. I win.
You mean Burning Crusade?
Whatever. Burning Crusade. Legion's the new one. Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
Burning Crusade's horrible. It's the worst, and it was the first WoW expansion. You ever tried questing
I
through
don't-
there? It's the worst thing ever.
Oh yeah, the questing is set up terrible.
Wrath Lich King.
That had some of the
Awesome.
best raid content ever, though.
Awesome. No, it had great raid content,
What,
but I'm
Burning
saying
Crusade?
Yeah,
the
it was
majority of the
excellent.
gameplay. I mean, you get it through like season passes, expansions, whatever you want to call them, DLC.
I wonder how many times in a podcast we're gonna go back to WoW. How many
This
times
is
can we
probably-
circle back to
this is
WoW?
probably gonna be a
Don't get
recurring
mad.
theme.
Don't get
No,
mad.
well, you guys go for it. It's all good. I'm just wondering how many
It's
times.
an integral part of my life.
I'm just gonna be like, what?
Shit said it for like our podcast.
Well, since Drew has put like thousands of hours into it, and Pat's probably put thousands of hours into it,
I don't want to click / playtime. Like it's all my main character.
makes you hate yourself when you click /play.
Well, yeah, Xbox One will actually track. It will track your progress through the game, like amount of hours, and you can compare to other friends. It's pretty sad sometimes. How many hours you
die
get
a little on the
in the
inside.
multiplayer
every
game?
time.
Like, oh, that was
Oh, you just have to-
300 hours of Master Chief Collection. Oh, fuck me. That's a long
You
time.
played 300 hours of Master Chief.
I think it's up around there. If
My
I remember
fucking
right. Yeah.
God,
I
man.
love me some multiplayer in Halo.
Oh.
So, but I want to get to you specifically. You know, you can chime in too, Drew. But
Well-
Nate, what do you think of season passes and DLC? You can get as specific as you want.
I am an avid hater of the current model of game releases and development, with the season passes being announced before the game is even released, meaning it's content that they are currently working on before the game is released, probably months in advance, and instead of releasing it with the game for the $60 game that you're already purchasing, they're going to release $50 worth of extra content 3 months after the game releases.
Can I say one thing really quick there? Is that I've listened to developers talk about game development, like people in the industry. Cliffy B,
You
we
don't
talked
say.
about this a while ago. I'm being specific here. Letting people know this is real people, but they actually have to develop a game, and then they have to choose a day to stop. Because if they don't pick a day and they put down, the terms of computers, whatever you want to call it, they'll go forever. So they have to choose when something is done, and then there's that meantime where the game is, being kind of the package, if you want to do the physical copy, all that stuff. They have to choose a day to stop, and then there's that time where afterwards, what are they going to do?
Well, all I'm saying is games didn't used to have this problem.
That
Games
is true.
released, finished, ready to be played by the consumer.
We have
They
seen a
did-
rise in problems for sure.
If they wanted more
Assassin's
content,
Creed
they
Unity.
created a sequel. Those sequels usually took years to develop. They didn't take a year to develop. These
That is
people,
true.
The video game industry has gotten so used to just pumping out games. They don't care what they turn out like. i.e. the Master Chief Collection, releasing like a broken pile of garbage.
Or Assassin's Creed Unity.
Or Assassin's Creed
With
Unity,
no faces?
or
No faces, like just a brain and
Battlefield
loading.
4.
Yeah.
Okay,
industry
so
has
to
decided-
DICE's credit, though, on Battlefield 4, to DICE's credit, EA purposely made them push the game out at launch knowing that it wasn't finished.
I know, that's
Because
what I'm saying.
That's
This
kind of
is-
his point.
The
Yeah,
developers and the publishers,
it's the
they're not working well together anymore. The idea is make as much money as fast as you can. Don't care about the consumer at all. The consumer's going to pay the money no matter what. And that's why we're getting these broken games. We're getting season passes released immediately without knowing what content is even coming.
That
in
is
it.
strange that it's so quick turnaround.
And then it's on to the next game.
Look
right
at-
after that.
look
Once
at
it's released, on to the
Destiny.
next
Call
game.
of Duty,
Don't-
Halo,
don't look back.
they're churning them out.
That's why
yearly.
Square Enix is doing so good right now, because they're listening to people and give us Final Fantasy
Destiny
VII.
is the worst example of this game. I actually quit playing Destiny because of the fact that they are literally raping their fans. You can't release a season pass with the game that costs $35 that barely has any content at all, less than the original game, and then no more than a few months later release another DLC for $40 more that also doesn't have as much content as the original game, and you're now paying over $100 for 1 year's worth of content. 1 year that this game has been released, and it already has 3 DLCs released totaling $75. That's more than the original game for as much content as the original game.
I will definitely give you the cost of that it is pretty steep. But as a shooter, do you think that they need to put out more content? Because those don't have the longevity sometimes as like a WoW game where you can do 2 years of no expansion. Do you think they need that quicker? Maybe at a lower price point, or
They need to
what?
understand that the consumer doesn't want to spend $40 for a quarter of the content of the original game.
because the Taken
Because
King
in
had a
terms-
raid, it had a strike. I'm trying to think some multiplayer stuff.
There was a lot of people saying that Taken King was pretty much like the amount of content as the first.
I haven't
game
played
that
enough
came
Taken
out.
King. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like the first 2 expansions that came out, that like I paid $20 a piece for this.
The first one made me not buy the second one. I got my season pass at GameStop, so fortunately I was able to use the money for something else
Yeah.
because it was not worth it. I know a few of us have gone back to Destiny here and there, but it is.
I enjoy it. I think it's a
fun game.
It's a fun
I
game.
didn't ever say that the game was not fun. I just don't agree with the publisher and the developer deciding that they need to take all of our money just to continue playing their game. When WoW releases a expansion for their game, it's usually $40 for an expansion, and that content is an insane amount of content. They generally release an entire continent with thousands of quests to do. And
Would you say it's a continent?
yes,
Yes.
Get out. You're done.
it's
One pun, you're out.
You get 5 or 10 more levels to level up. They add new features every time. Destiny's not hardly adding any new features. They're not the content that they're adding is basically a new way to do the same thing.
They're like new encounters.
And it's embarrassing what's happening with the video game industry.
Some strong words.
I can go into it
For hours.
even farther for a longer period of time, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Pat's
One
Pat's-
company
yeah.
that did it right that I will, because I'm on Reddit right now, fucking looking it up.
So is Drew.
Yeah, right.
Take away Drew's Reddit privileges. That's all he's doing right now.
It's always doing. Gearbox, Borderlands 2. Came out with the game, Handsome Jack Collection.
Yeah.
Available on both. $60. Bought it. Didn't know originally until I figured out because you watch the trailer and it's like, look at all these freaking DLCs you get with the game and whatnot.
So they included all the DLCs.
They included pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 and all of the DLC for $60. Total value
See, that's a good deal.
total value if you would have bought it back in the day Don't get me wrong, some of the DLCs maybe have gone down in price and everything, but back in the day, you're buying for $60, $285 worth of content.
Well, those collections, like kind of the Master Chief Collection, another one. I know they do other collections. Those are pretty good deals. And that's kind of being the HD remake, yeah.
The Master Chief Collection would have been a great deal if it was executed properly.
Well, and the multiplayer just wasn't functioning. Like the single player worked like perfectly.
Not
in experience.
perfectly.
Well, I never had a problem.
The hit detection on Halo 1 had a lot of issues on launch.
I will defend this forever that the coding has not been changed, but I completely agree with that. For some reason, Halo 1 on the HD, it feels weird, and I think it might
actually had to switch the graphics to the original graphics to even play Halo 1.
I wonder if it was the art, the HD part of the HD remake, just the new art design that just
Like it fucked
changed.
up. It fucked up the collision detection or something.
I don't know if it did that, but it looks like their head is above where it should be based on the actual coding, just because the art style is different.
Right.
That's the only thing I can figure out. But it was the Halo 1.
Halo 1 was the only one I had to complain with.
But yeah, the
because
single player
it felt different.
So the library was like
weird.
50 times harder then.
The hardest level of Halo just got harder.
I'm just saying because I always say that I don't play first-person shooters. I did play Halo back in the day, and I remember how hard the library was.
Yep.
And you're talking about it, I'm like,
Fuck the library. The flood scared the shit out of me.
hardest level in
God.
any Halo. So
It was not good.
but actually, I had another thing I wanted to ask you guys about. Talking about Halo is which also this is October 22nd, so Halo 5 is about to come out. But I wanted to ask you guys about IGN put out a list of the top 7 Halo weapons, the strongest weapons they had. I'm just gonna run down them real quick, and I mean, some of you guys that play Halo, you can say if you want.
Yeah.
They had number 7 of the Needler, number 6 the sniper rifle, number 5 was the plasma pistol, number 4 was the sticky grenade, number 3 was the energy sword, 2 was the BR, and 1 was the Halo Combat Evolved pistol. Oh shit! So
the list is a little.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but my personal favorite Halo weapon is the DMR from Halo 4.
I've actually come around to liking the DMR. I hated it back then.
Well, it was what the BR was originally intended to be.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. They kind of finally made it. So,
But
I was kind of surprised that the plasma grenade was there because
everybody loves plasma grenades.
Everyone, yeah, like, isn't it satisfying to stick somebody?
Like
it
across
is.
the map, just
I'm better with a frag grenade. I can put it right at someone's
I
feet,
agree.
get the headshot,
From
fucking
my
flawless.
Halo 2 and Halo 3 days, I always use the frag grenade because the Halo 3 or the plasma grenade was a little too. It wasn't that you had to be precise. It was that with lag and things like that, they could move out of the way and you'd miss. And the plasma grenade that misses is useless.
Yeah.
Whereas a frag grenade that's close takes off shield. So
Yeah, no, it's kind of high risk, high reward with the plasma. If you don't get the stick,
it
you
basically-
better be good enough to make up that couple of seconds you lost firing the gun. So
But the Needler at 7 is odd because
Well, I think if you're talking like
only-
the Halo 2 Needler, that was a bitch and a half.
the Needler was so on again, off again that
every other game, it was
Yeah.
good, it was bad. Yeah.
the plasma pistol is, the infamous.
I actually
noob
miss-
combo.
I say, get that shit out of there.
I
Noob
actually-
combo, get out of here.
I actually miss
like noob combo.
It's called the noob combo because anybody could do it.
You charge up your plasma pistol, you shoot the blast, you take out the shield, you switch to your gun, you just get a headshot. But if you're good enough, you should be able to just straight up get the headshots, no plasma pistol. Noob combo for a reason.
I actually miss
Good
dual-
to
no.
You're gonna
I
use
miss,
that now, aren't you? You son of a bitch.
I miss dual wielding SMGs. I thought that was the most fun thing.
like
it was very satisfying,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
It
completely
wasn't
ineffective.
It wasn't effective, but it was fun to use.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
just like rah!
you better get the drop on somebody.
especially in
with those.
Halo 2 when the recoil was astounding,
Yeah, it was not funny.
where you'd be
Well,
firing for a second and all of a sudden you're shooting clouds.
Like, why am I looking at the sky? So, but Halo 1 CE pistol,
Everyone agrees that the
Yeah, that was-
pistol
one of the strongest weapons
is
in
the
gaming
strongest
ever.
And if you think otherwise, you're wrong.
This is true. Opinions can be
fuck
wrong
right off.
sometimes.
The sniper rifle being
can
pretty
fuck
low.
right
off.
The sniper rifle being low offends me personally, being a sniper.
Prolific
in Halo.
sniper, yeah.
he's-
You were the go-to
He's pretty
sniper.
iconic in this group.
So, I mean, I kind of get like the rockets not being here, but
Yeah, it's
kind of just power weapon, yeah.
but,
I think
Of course, it's gonna get a kill if you hit it.
yeah, because I think.
but being that it only has 4 shots on pickup.
Depending on the game, yeah. So Halo 2 had the heat-seeking feature, makes it even easier to get a kill. So yes, it is almost Halo 5 time.
Very close.
Are you guys excited for Halo 5?
I wasn't originally, being that the Master Chief Collection was such an awful failure.
I wouldn't say
But with the announcement of Blue Team being involved and me being a Halo lore fan, I couldn't be more excited.
You back on track,
I wouldn't say that
I'm still not going to pre-order it or buy it on release. I'll wait till the reviews come out. But
We talk about pre-orders later.
Fool me once. Shame on me.
I wouldn't say that I'm like super. I mean, obviously, I plan on buying it, but I wouldn't say it's like a priority of mine right now because I enjoy Halo, but I'm not like a freak about it like you guys are. And so I think I'm probably gonna buy Battlefront before I buy Halo 5. But what I'm really excited for, I know it's a few months out, is the Division. I think Tom Clancy's got and Ubisoft have a pretty stacked lineup, and they have a lot to like live up to. So they got Ghost Recon coming out, the new Ghost Recon game, and Rainbow Six Siege, and then the Division within like maybe a 3-month time period.
hopefully one of them doesn't suffer.
Hopefully.
Yeah, one of them just won't sell.
Yes,
I would guess Ghost Recon wouldn't sell.
I think this year is like.
Ghost Recon used to be popular, but it has fallen off tremendously since it's.
Have you seen the trailer for the new one?
No.
It looks really cool.
Well, they all look really cool.
Yeah, right.
All trailers look cool. Right?
Look at that awesome new Resident Evil fucking Umbrella Corps multi-person shooter bullshit. Let's
wait a minute.
celebrate the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil with what? Not Resident Evil 7, a first-person shooter with a zombie pick that you can just like, and zombie stun grenades
Resident
and zombie
Evil.
fucking what? Are you serious?
Resident Evil stopped being Resident Evil
After
at
4.
Resident Evil 3.
4 is great.
4 had
4
nothing.
is so good.
Who cares if the gameplay was good? It had nothing to do with Resident Evil. Like it was not a Resident Evil game.
It was a continuation.
Pat, I think it's time for you know what. Go on, just do it.
Do what?
Yeah, it's.
I'm scared.
Waiting for something.
Just do it.
I can't do it. My volume. You told me to
We
turn
put
my
him
volume
on
down
the
my phone.
spot.
Well,
We're recording a podcast, man.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You want me to do it now?
I guess.
Let's go.
But
That's fantastic.
What do you make that a running thing?
It's constantly an inside joke.
and
But no, I agree. There's a bunch of fun games coming out.
So. But I actually wanted to ask about. We're kind of talking about DLC and things like that, and Halo 5 is coming out. And kind of two things is that they have new Warzone map, so it's 12 on 12, kind of the Titanfall style, epic, warfare where you have enemy AI.
It'll definitely be
things.
better than Titanfall did it.
Absolutely, but with that coming out, actually, Big Team Battle is not at launch.
Really?
So I'm a huge Big Team fan. I know a lot of people are.
That's kind of a deal breaker for me.
Well, the thing is,
I mean, the thing is, Warzone is 12v12, which is only 4 less than Big Team. Well, 8 total.
it's more.
But
Big Team comes in the season pass.
Oh, does it?
Oh, of course.
Is that the way it works?
Of course it does.
They goddamn
And Jack the
343.
Ripper. And Jack the
And
Ripper.
Jack the
comes
Ripper's in Halo. It's so weird.
That was a joke, but you don't know. Maybe it will be in the
put it
season
on.
pass.
That's my next thing, actually, is that with that not coming out, Big Team Battle will come out later for free. Every Halo map that comes out for Halo 5 will be free. There are no map packs. There is no season pass for Halo 5.
solid.
So you can get excited
They're
about
learning.
that. So-
Way to
learning.
way to win back my faith.
Yeah, so they're 343 is trying to kind of, I think, bring people back for the Master Chief Collection because that was a big problem. But yeah, no map packs will cost all updates, DLC are free. So
Well,
yeah,
Halo,
big team coming out in the future, but yeah, that's kind of an auto mission. Big team.
hopefully Halo 5 was being developed the entire time they were developing Halo Master Chief Collection, so that they can make me feel better
I don't
about
see why
how
it
terrible
wouldn't.
the Master Chief Collection was.
Well, Master Chief Collection didn't have a beta, and Halo 5 did. So that is kind of that's something. At least.
Testing is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Always a good thing.
I don't. On top of that, we were talking about Battlefront. I read that Battlefront had over 9 million players in the beta.
That's the biggest beta that EA has ever had, and EA is obviously huge.
Fix the rebel side.
They addressed that
So bad.
Honestly,
you can win with the
they
Rebel
should've-
side.
You can win with the rebel
It's so
side.
easy.
No,
no,
it's not.
It's not easy.
No,
it
it is
requires a lot
not.
of teamwork.
It requires teamwork, and you have too many
constant
newbies that are
attention.
running around being like, I want to be Darth Vader. When can I be Darth Vader? It's like, no, fucking focus on getting the beacons, you dumbasses.
Yeah.
Quit trying to be Darth Vader.
Stack the Y-wings and then
It's
worry
so
about
awesome, but you know exactly what I'm talking
You saw
about.
his fucking hand when just out.
I want to be Luke.
But yeah, no, that's
Fuck that. Darth Vader's way better.
That's
Force
a-
choke is OP as shit in that
That's
game.
pretty good, but that's a huge beta though. 9 million people played it that just a couple of maps.
And
so
honestly, it was
that's
a great
huge.
beta, releasing
It
2 game
was.
modes as well as releasing a single player teaser. And
That's gonna be cool when you play the full version. It's because it's supposed to be 15 rounds, 15 waves, not 6.
But
I played
it'll
the
be
Walker Assault the whole time. I didn't try the co-op thing. I
We
loved
did
Walker
some
Assault.
death match, which was
That wasn't really a
It's
death.
a death match.
That was more like
Did you see the
that was more like
A-Wing
conquest.
suicide? Yeah, but it was essentially.
seen a lot of
It was
Yeah,
essentially a
well,
death match. It was a tiny map, but it was a conquest.
I mean, all you had to do was click X on the thing and then protect it, which didn't require much other than killing people.
It was like a King of the Hill
it was-
control point kind of thing,
It
right?
was mostly deathmatch with like
I
a
compare it
tiny
to-
feature.
I
of,
compare
like,
it
a control.
to Hardpoint in COD.
is a good one.
I played similar
Yeah.
game types for sure.
Have you guys seen the A-Wing suicide video?
Oh, of
Have you
course.
seen the
Darth Vader?
Yeah, dude, it was the best.
It just flies straight down.
Well, no,
on
it's
him.
so funny because it's a dude and he's like, oh shit, there's Darth Vader, and he gets the sniper rifle out and he has the headshot. I mean, it is there. It looks like, and just boom, just an A-Wing comes out of nowhere, and just kamikazes
Hell yeah.
Darth
It's,
Vader.
it's actually right here.
So
do we have it?
funny.
Sorry,
That's the.
Did you guys get to try?
They shot
Here,
the
it's just like, here it is right
I'll
here.
get him.
I never got to
I'm
try.
Bang!
Oh
Like,
man.
just
I never
out
got
of
to
nowhere.
play as Darth Vader or Anakin.
I was just
in the
gonna
whole
ask.
Beta. I did, however, get to play the Walker frequently, and
The
The ATST was a lot more fun to use than the ATST.
I did not like the ATST.
the ATST was
That
very,
orbital strike zone.
To me, I thought it was like clunky almost.
It was
like
kind. It was kind
But
of.
I like.
Once you got used to it, it was
that
good.
Came with it.
But
Yeah.
I
Like
loved
the-
the Walker as
I did too. The
It
Walker
was-
was fun.
blast, just
Yeah.
destroying everyone on the ground.
Oh yeah,
The
just dropping
satisfaction
bombs
of
on people,
millions of
airstrikes.
people dying. Just
I just didn't like how
You
slow,
love,
how
don't
slow
you?
firing
I did
it was.
love
Well, I mean, you could rotate through the different.
I think it could rotate,
So,
but like it wasn't. I don't want to use like the tiny little dinky ass laser cannon on AT-AT. I want to use the fucking like main blaster, like pew, 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 like the
You
iconic
can't
stuff.
have everything you want.
I want my cake and I want to eat it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna eat it too.
it's
But-
fantastic.
And you absolutely could win as the rebels, but it was not balanced. I mean, you
No,
can't say
that-
it wasn't.
that-
But they did that on purpose because it's true to the movie.
No, EA.
They said that.
Dice is changing it. They are.
If people weren't on their
they're-
shit,
they are going to balance.
which was 98% of the time in that whole game. Don't get me wrong.
That's
I saw random people running around like crazy the entire time I was on the beta. It's
I was
because
gonna be Luke Skywalker.
That's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
saying like
They're
the
just
Empire
like,
should
run
lose
around.
every time in every other game
I actually like that it's harder
because
to
that's
win
what
as a
happened in the
rebel.
movies.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to be in the movie. You want to feel like it's the movie, but you want to be able
You
to
want to
win.
feel like you can make a difference.
Yeah,
If you watch the movie, like obviously the Empire had to jump on the rebels. They weren't ready for the Battle of Hoth.
Well, do you want to know you're going to lose every time you're on the rebel side?
because they
Hey,
lost.
like,
in the
fuck,
movie,
I
they
never mind, I'm
lost.
just gonna
It's
fuck
not
off for a while.
impossible. It's just
Giant nipple gun just was like and
You
doesn't
want
fire the
balance.
rest of the entire movie.
You want
So-
balance in a game.
I want balance,
talking
but I
about it.
also kind of appreciate the fact that it's true to the source material. That's I don't know. That's
Well, I felt like I was on the
I could
battle of Hoth.
understand
I
that.
loved
Well,
it.
I actually think Vader and Luke Skywalker were way underpowered.
Mm.
I wanted them to just tear through people like no challenge, and you could kill them pretty quick sometimes.
3 frag
Could you
grenades
please-
constantly.
Could you
coming
please
at
change Darth Vader's voice actor for fuck's sake? I mean, my God, did you hear it?
Not really.
It's
bad.
It's not James Earl Jones.
No, it's not James
No.
Earl Jones. No, it's bad. It's
Huh.
pretty bad.
Pretty sure it can't be James Earl Jones.
They could just use
he
old
dead?
Too soon.
recordings, right?
Too soon. Yeah, he's dead.
Couldn't they just use old samples
They
of
could
the?
probably do that, but
Yeah, right.
they didn't.
They... what the fuck, Dice? Come on, man.
Surprise is Count Dooku.
go back to your source material, man.
Yeah, come on. Nate wants the source material. Let's get the fucking source material.
That's all I just,
Well, and especially in a game that prides itself as like being like really heavy, like in the thicket of Star Wars. Like you have the realistic sounds, you have just the sets and like the maps and stuff. They all look Star Wars authentic, and then you get. You don't even go back into stock footage. You get some other guy to come in and play crappy Darth Vader. Like I haven't heard it,
I didn't
so I'm
either,
just
but
making
it's bad.
pretty rough.
assumptions. So
You know what thing
That is
I was
strange. I don't
disappointed
get why they would do
in the
that.
most, and we were talking about this earlier, and I'm hoping it's just because it was the beta. I don't want like blaring. Don't get me wrong, but when you watch like that awesome pre-alpha footage,
I know. I think I know what you're gonna say.
the music,
The
like the
music,
old
yeah.
Star Wars music, was playing the whole time. It was like it would change based off what was going on. I mean, I know they like that was a preset like little game tech demo. But if there was an option at least to put like some of the old school like Star Wars music playing, well, I would totally be down for that. It would be so good.
You're a huge like.
I'm a-
who was like who did the music for that? That was
John
Williams.
Williams. He did
John
Hook.
Williams.
He did every. Oh, John Williams, so good.
Yeah, you're like a huge like you're into like orchestral type bands and stuff or music and stuff.
That nostalgia boner,
Yeah.
man, just kicks in without even trying.
Yeah.
I have the weirdest erection right now.
Yeah, there's something weird happening in my pants.
Why did my pants tighter?
But yeah, I know that the music does come up occasionally. Like,
It does,
certain
yeah,
things
no, it
happen,
pops up every
but
once.
if it had constant music just playing the whole time,
Just put it on
that
like
would be
volume
fucking
level
cool.
2.
What?
Just
Yeah.
have it in the
Just
background.
in the background. I'm with you.
know.
Yeah, music.
While we're on the topic of Star Wars games, did you guys ever play Republic Commando?
Yeah.
I never played that one.
That was a good one. The
Did
Star
anybody play Knights of the Old Republic?
Was that the
That was the
Or good
BioWare.
one,
That was
not the
BioWare.
MMO.
That was the BioWare
The
game.
one,
It's like,
BioWare ones.
I
You guys
did
made
play
Mass
the
Effect.
MMO.
You guys
Yeah,
are
it
Mass
was
Effect fans and you haven't played
enjoyable,
Knights of the
but
Old Republic?
Knights of the
Gotta
Republic
play.
is awesome.
It's amazing.
The Old Republic was an abortion.
That was the MMO
That's
that I
there's
paid
Knights
pre-order.
of the Old Republic, and then just the Old Republic.
I paid
is the
money
new
for that
one.
game.
I played. I
I
played
did.
it. Honestly, the gameplay was fun, but I couldn't play past level 10 because the game just froze and never worked again.
And on top of that, I think it
never
had a pretty steep learning curve. That's just me though.
What,
yeah,
for
I
Knights or the Old Republic?
The Old Republic.
The MMO? Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
It had a very steep learning curve.
I think I had a bounty hunter, Mandalorian bounty hunter, that was like level 30, and then I couldn't go anymore. I was
Yeah.
just like,
Wasn't 30 the cap?
no, 40 was.
40 is okay. I never played. I don't know. So
Yeah.
It was fun. I had like rockets. I was fucking Boba Fett, dude. I was on
Yeah.
top of that. I was ready to go, and I
Yeah.
loved it because it had that old BioWare like you could play multiple characters, and even though you do same quests, you always went to different planets based off your class, and everything was voice acted, and everything had the Mass Effect choose feature.
that's pretty cool.
So
just
you could
to include
you could
that.
play the same character twice, and just like in Mass Effect, it would be the same quest over and over again, but you'd have different things that would happen, and you get different weapons and different armor. And
Yeah.
I mean, it did have that
Sounds
replay
like
value
BioWare.
hardcore, but it's down to free to play now. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of cool. I'll jump back on it every once in a
It's
while.
a free to play. I'll play free to play, but
It's a free to play MMO
I'm not
now.
gonna- I'm
Yeah,
not gonna pay
it's
money
super
for
fun,
it.
but I'm definitely not telling you it's like it's not game of the
Game
third.
of the year.
Yeah, not even not game of the
Don't
game of the
don't
game
make
of the
time
week.
in your schedule.
Game of the
Just-
week.
So
yeah.
yeah, this is the holiday season though, so we have lots of games coming out. Was there anything else people are looking forward to? You kind of talked about the Division, which is a few months out.
Division's not really a holiday game,
No,
but
no, it's not.
I'm stoked for it.
I'm also very
I
excited.
didn't get a chance to play the Rainbow Six Siege beta. I wish I did, but
Oh, it was so good.
I know, and it looks good. I'm excited for
I
that.
played old school Rainbow Six.
You didn't play
I-
the beta though.
I watched you play.
Oh, okay.
the beta.
And
You were
I'm not, you guys are
Hammered
gonna
doors.
hate me for this too, but I am gonna buy Black Ops 3 strictly because
because it's orange.
If you
and
say
black.
zombies, I'm gonna punch you.
zombies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like it's like the truth, like the actual zombies, the Treyarch zombies, are like, and they're bringing back like all the old characters and stuff, and that's like from the original zombies. That's what I'm excited for because Advanced Warfare's attempt at zombies was a fucking failure. It was not even any.
It was like a
Zombies
weird
is
addition. It was
the
like
same
only a
thing
part of the
over
DLC. It wasn't a
and
part.
Yeah, like
It
like
was weird.
they should have at least included that with the core game.
That is one of the times because I like season passes. I don't know if I said that, but I like season passes. But yeah, that was a weird omission to add it later in one of the DLC. I don't
And
know.
it wasn't even good. Like the
I never
the
tried.
trailer was better than the actual game. Like like if they can make the trailer or I mean the game as good as the trailer, that would have been fucking awesome. But like playing it, it just didn't feel like it was zombies or COD zombies.
So who else here is a Call of Duty fan?
Call of Duty 4.
Silence, right? So
They are making a Modern
I'm not gonna
Warfare
lie.
series remake.
What was the one?
Don't.
What was the one where you played Captain something?
I'm excited to play COD. I played
Start
COD
with a
4.
P.
Oh, I don't know.
Captain like
I hate
Pyre
all
or
of
something
them.
like that. No, I can't remember. I played one Call of Duty hardcore, and the single player campaign was super awesome.
Was it World at War?
No.
Okay.
It was a number one.
terrible.
It was a
Fuck that
number
game. World
one.
at War's the worst.
COD
It was a
4.
number one. It was like there was one mission specifically where you had to play. You had to go through this entire like little like city war zone, and then at the very end, it's like there's a sniper like thing, and you have to. It's based off the wind off the flag.
Yeah, that's COD 4.
Is that 4?
That's
That's the only one I played single player all the way through, and I loved that single player. And that was the day I realized how shitty new first-person shooters was. Like, I bought this game today.
You
and
loved
I
it so it
beat-
was shitty.
No. I loved the story, but I'm like, I just beat the single-player campaign in like 4.5 hours. And now all
They're
that's
short-
left is
short
multiplayer? I'm like, that's stupid. Why would I pay $60 for a game
Go back
that
to
I have
WoW.
I did. I probably did. I don't even remember what I did. I probably went back to
Yeah,
WoW.
that's not it.
I was probably so angry. I'm like, I'm just gonna go level my fucking.
But yeah, that Chernobyl mission was fun.
But
That's like the iconic Call of Duty mission. Everybody knows that one. Yeah.
how much time we got?
Hey, how's Reddit,
Uh,
Drew?
our
How's
segment.
Reddit over there?
It's great. They actually came up with a
have
topic
time?
that we were.
We got
talking
about. I
actually.
say we got about 10 minutes
What do you
left.
got?
Oh, they were talking
Yeah.
about how the season pass thing, like you guys were talking about, and how everybody's witch hunting EA because of, you know, and they said earlier, like you were saying, you know, $50 season passes aren't anything new. Like this is a trend
That's been around since 360
Jack the
PS3.
Ripper's $39.99. You're just like,
for real.
So,
it's $39.99.
but that's
Wait, what
there's
is?
more included than just an extra mission, right? Like there's.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's that, but it's just the thing I'm mad about is just like I want to play the game and then play Jack the Ripper. I don't want to have to buy the game and Jack the Ripper at the same time.
Going back to the season pass thing, like if they want to make it more enticing for consumers to go out and buy that, like I like what Pat was saying about, you know, you want to pick and choose the kind of DLC you want instead of having everything bundled together. Like maybe you don't want to play a certain type of thing. Also, make the game at a lower price point.
Like the season passes at a lower price point.
No,
game
the game itself.
Yeah, that's interesting because I mean, games have been $60 for how many years now?
It's been a while.
That would be an interesting way to do it if they maybe
Like,
lower the base value.
If you want to lower the base value, create more content and charge for the content, and then that way people. I feel like if you do it that way, you get a more customized game experience. But in certain facets of games where you know you like Halo, where you have to have particular maps. I'm not saying Halo's gonna. You know, you were saying Halo doesn't
They'll
make
be free,
them.
yeah,
They'll be
just-
free.
just-
I'm just talking about like other games, like
Yeah.
multiplayer games and stuff. There's certain content that you have to have in order to play online or what have you. And I think their original business structure works there. But I'm talking about for games, you know, like Assassin's Creed or I don't know. Give me some other game ideas.
Well, actually, this
Or I was saying,
Borderlands,
Borderlands
like,
earlier.
yeah, you-
Like
you
even
pick
back
and
in the
choose
game,
what
like-
you want, like Skyrim.
I don't have.
Oblivion, stuff
I
like
have
that.
Dragonborn. I don't have Dawnguard
Uh-huh.
yet. And obviously, I don't want to buy the fucking house thing because that just looks stupid and annoying.
Dude, it was like $5. It was awesome.
It
It was awesome. You gotta build houses in Skyrim.
You gotta
it
build
was
a house.
so worth it. You gotta do that. But you actually bring
Don't
up an
ask Logan
interesting.
a Skyrim question.
That's
Eric.
my
Fuck,
bad.
I
I
love
just-
Skyrim.
that
It's all
was bad.
amazing. But Drew brings up an interesting point because actually the new Hitman is releasing soon.
Oh, that looks good.
I've
So-
never been a fan of this.
Really, get out of here.
I'm sorry.
They're doing a weird thing right now where they're releasing, and I might not be explaining this exactly right, but they're releasing like 60% of the game, like in December or whatever, and they're releasing for
Come on, Nate,
for
I'm waiting for you.
$30. Okay, they're releasing like $30, and then in the future, like 2 or 3 months, whatever they did, I don't know the exact numbers. They're gonna release like another 20%, and then they're gonna release the last of it later. This is not a season pass. It's not episodic. They just don't have it finished. They have enough finished to give you like $30 worth, or you can buy it outright. You can pay $60 and you'll get anything they make. But it's an unfinished game essentially.
That's the season pass. Is the
No. It's not a season pass. That's what I'm saying. Is
That's like
I
See,
mean,
if you're
yeah.
gonna admit that you're not finished and charge half price, understandable.
Because a lot of people were actually very like angry about this. People were not
This is
happy.
a better way to go about
There is a
releasing
better way to go
unfinished
about it.
games.
Because at least you can
If
buy
you're
it
going to
in the proper amount.
acknowledge that it's unfinished instead of just pretending that it's not and charging full price for it, hey, I'm okay with that.
And
Like,
also-
at least you're being upfront and honest with your consumers.
That is true.
You're not saying, yeah, oh yeah, it's totally finished. You can buy it, and then you buy it, and it doesn't work.
It's a broken piece of shit, right?
And if you can make a polished version of the 50% of the game that you have, then by all means do that. But don't release a game. Tell me it's 100%. The entire fucking thing is broken, and I can't use it.
Yeah, that
Video
does tend to
game
happen
industry
more.
is the only industry where releasing something broken is considered okay.
Yeah. So you wouldn't feel, yeah.
Well, people get angry,
People still buy
but
it.
they're not demanding their money back.
Well, and so if you guys bought $30 worth of 50-60% of a game, and you fucking hated it, you wouldn't feel burned then because you didn't buy the full game. Would that be more acceptable?
it'd be easier to accept because you spent
would,
less.
yeah.
You spent less on less. Okay, yeah. I was just curious because it's the first time I've ever heard of a game released like this because it's such a weird thing to say. It's kind of done. You can play this bit, if you want. So, but yeah, that's kind of like what you're saying. Is that, yeah, right. Yeah, a little bit, but that's like what you were saying, Drew.
This is the equivalent of a gaming semi.
Lower the initial price point. If you want to entice gamers to come in and play your games, make it more enticing for me as somebody, maybe new to your franchise that doesn't know anything about your games or, what you're about. Get me in there for, $20-$30. Give me a glimpse of what your game's all about, and if I want to continue to play, I have that option to keep buying more and more content.
No, it's a good way to do it. Yeah.
Sorry. Last time, I promise. Just bringing up like the Kingdom Hearts HD remake and the.
You're gonna bring up Square Enix through every podcast. let's face it. This is not the last time.
I'm a PlayStation guy. Of course, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm just saying that. Okay, just agreeing with what he's saying. The Kingdom Hearts HD remakes, both of them, and the Final Fantasy remake I got, even though it was the same game, but they updated the graphics. Guess how much they were? $29.99. They were $30 a piece.
For the
I
HD
got
remake.
For the HD remake, I got the same game, but
like
just
half,
updated graphics.
Yeah, it's half the cost.
Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition.
That was
$40.
40. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they
an
do it
old,
right like that,
yeah.
that's well, it's just agreeing with
that
what he's
include-
saying.
yeah, exactly.
Like if you come out with,
No.
I mean, it's not an unfinished game, but they've, it's updated and everything. Like Hitman hasn't been out for a long time.
We're having two conversations now on the podcast.
I don't know. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just agreeing. Like
No, you're
Hitman,
good. So.
Hitman has we haven't had Hitman for a while, and I know a couple of my buddies that are super psyched
What's
for
that?
Hitman.
Blood Money might have been the last one or something.
I
I
can't
don't remember.
remember.
Absolution,
the last
I
time
think.
Hitman.
Absolution.
I think
on
Absolution
360.
was the last one. Yeah,
So.
I can't remember the last time. But anyway, I know a couple of my buddies that are super hyped for that. I didn't play hardcore Hitman. I played a couple of them and I loved it. Like
I've never really.
it was my
played
first
honestly.
it felt like it was trying to copy Metal Gear Solid in a way, but it was more modern, realistic sense instead of that futuristic crazy
over the
sense.
top craziness that is Metal
God
Gear.
damn.
I'm playing through Metal Gear 5 right now, and I fucking love
It's
it.
amazing.
It's great.
It's getting good reviews, yeah. So.
Final Countdown, best helicopter intro song ever.
Okay. No singing on the podcast.
But no, I'm agreeing with what Drew's saying that if you do it right like that, like if and with Nate, you were like, hey, guess what? We don't have this thing all the way ready, but here it is for a discounted price. Or if it's something like the HD remakes, like we were talking about earlier, where hey, we've already made this thing, but all we did was update the graphics a little bit. We're not going to charge you $60. We're going to charge you, $30. Enjoy your memories.
Yeah, it is nice to
I
get the
will.
discount for an old thing.
Well, and it's
So,
nice
yeah.
sometimes, with Castle Crashers, going back to that again, they released the game for free to people who had purchased the previous version. I get it because, it made sense to release it for free because in all actuality, the only thing that changed was the frame rate. But
Yeah,
they
it
didn't-
wasn't
they
even
didn't
really
do
HD.
anything.
Yeah.
because the original game was technically HD. But those things are good things to do. It shows that you appreciate your customer base.
You're listening.
You're not trying to take them for all they're worth.
And that's
Yeah,
why
you're
I love
$15
Acknowledging that
bucks.
you did work on the game, you had to do actual work to update it to HD, and that you'd like money as compensation for that work, but you're not asking for the moon.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah. So.
And but that's a lot more common with indie developers, and that let's face it, the guys that make Castle Crashers, they're indie developers.
essentially, they're probably one of the bigger indie developers.
Oh yeah,
out there.
Battle Block Theater, same studio, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super Meat
Well,
Boy, is that the same
Alien-
game?
Alien
No,
Hominid.
it's Edward McMillan.
That's
Okay,
Edward-
I
that's
thought
Finding
yeah,
Isaac.
Alien
yeah,
Hominid.
that's right. That's what it is. That's
Alien
what I'm thinking.
Hominid.
Alien
Yeah,
Hominid.
those guys.
So yeah, they're heavy hitters in the small indie. Yeah.
But those are the
Field
type of
stuff.
guys too that are playing big games like us, and they're the guys that are like, this game sucks because of this, or this game is awesome because of this, and we want this. So not only they feel you from that point of view, and that's the reason why. I don't want to feel like I'm going on to a new segment or anything, but it's like indie gaming. That's the reason why most indie games are great. Fucking Shovel Knight was amazing. The game
Yeah,
was
that sold like
so
crazy, I
good.
heard.
But and we can get into that in a later episode.
Oh yeah, and we'll do retro good. But I'm just saying, it's nice to know that there are gamers out there that listen to their community, or companies that listen to their community.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's good to have the like I saying, some different price point options, some different different experiences you can get. So
Well,
But-
yeah, and that can transition us into talking about how the free release games that has been going on lately with Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, where they just give you full games for free just for being a
Being
paid
a
subscription,
Yeah, give it back to the fans.
Think about November in terms of Xbox Live. They released Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
It's like a $40 game right now.
Yes.
For free for everybody.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
$20.
Yeah, it was a $40 game when they released it.
It was
When
30.
they did. Mine was
30,
$20
I think.
when I looked at it because I got it for free
I
on
got it
PSN a
for-
couple weeks
They
ago.
also
I'm not gonna
they
pay for a
released
$40
that weird deer game that I didn't.
The Deer
understand.
God.
Yeah.
The Deer
That was kind of another big indie game, though. I heard very good things about that as a whole. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, they do
I
give
tried
you some of the.
It didn't
yeah.
capture me.
Well, and Black Flag was free a couple months ago, so another like $30-$40 game still.
PlayStation Network has done a lot of really big name titles in the past. Batman: Arkham Asylum.
They've been doing it for longer too.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they have been doing it for longer.
they've been-
Uncharted 3 I got
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
That
Rocket
was
League is
awesome.
huge.
Rocket
so-
League was a big
Yep.
one.
Yeah, Rocket League was
Binding of Isaac was big for people who know the game.
Mhm.
So they those kinds of things are showing real favor in the eyes of your community because people like me who just had a kid and don't have a lot of money, I've been playing a lot of free games lately. I just started playing Smite and things like that, and being able to play these games for free and constantly getting new games to play for free is a great thing. Like as Xbox Live says on their website, $700 worth of games for free.
Oh yeah.
Every
over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay $60 for the Xbox Live or the whatever the PSN is and all that, and you still have all those access to all those games.
The unfortunate
all
thing
the sales too for games with gold is you still get all the discounts.
Yeah.
So on top of free games.
Well, the unfortunate thing with games with gold is that they're actually going to shy away from the Xbox 360 in the coming months. They're starting to show that they're only going to release the same games. So you get the game on Xbox 360, and then you also get the game on Xbox One. So they're filtering out the Xbox 360 finally with the backwards compatibility and the games with gold.
Well, you still get those free games
You
on
still
the 360.
get them on the 360, but I'm just saying, like in the past, they've given you different games.
They're
on the
starting
360.
to show that
They're starting
like,
to filter it
they're
out.
gonna stop.
Whereas
supporting
PlayStation Network just constantly they're basically focusing on the PS4 and just releasing all kinds of games for the PS4.
I mean, with the Xbox, with the backwards compatibility, you are going to get 4 free games. So yes, they are on the 360. But for your $5 a month subscription for Xbox Live, you get 4 free games.
The unfortunate thing is that you're getting 2 games technically for 2 different consoles.
But I mean, I do think a lot of people are going to get moved to one console or the other. So I mean, you're going to get the free games there. Where I mean, if I'm going to get them on my Xbox One, I'm not also going to get them on my 360 because I'm not going to play on my 360.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's like
They-
the
thing
what am I, a
that
peasant?
the
Playing my
nice thing
360?
You serfs?
it's been a year that they've been giving you free games on the 360 and on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
probably like 8 months for the Xbox One, but either
Yeah,
way.
I don't remember exactly when it started, but it's a newer thing.
And it's a nice thing.
Yeah.
I know all of us download them. And
Oh yeah, pretty much everything.
Everybody,
whatever
I mean,
game's
almost
available.
all of us give them a try at least.
Yeah.
And
We still need to try iDarb. That's what Sean was saying.
Yeah.
To try it. I hear good things, but I've never played it yet.
That'd be a
so
good game to
that
do
was another
videos
free
for.
game.
I
yeah.
tried the So Many Me.
So.
That was
Was it any good?
it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a puzzle.
Oh, I think Rayman Legends was another free one.
Yeah,
I know.
it was.
Yeah,
free.
it was for a while.
Unfortunately, me and Drew bought the full game.
Yeah, I bought Black Flag also when it was on sale, not free, and then the next month I was like, fuck, you know.
I know.
So
Well, I really got fucked one time when I bought Plants vs Zombies. Paid $40 for
released
that.
that
for you.
Then like a month later on EA Access, it was
$20.
free.
The full,
It was free. I was like, fuck you,
Everybody
EA.
gets burned once.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think on that note, we should probably start winding this down.
yeah, it's been an hour and a half now.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a quick recap. We talked about, what are your feelings on HD remakes? Like what's some of the popular shit coming out this holiday season? I think next week we should probably talk about, what's
Halo.
Halo.
It's gonna be out. I'm gonna talk about some Halo.
You're just gonna talk about nothing but Halo for next
Halo.
week.
It's a
Well,
Halo podcast.
yeah, I think next week will be pretty informal. So
I have a new game that's coming out. Not now that we'll talk about, but that's going to be on everything. That I'll show you guys after this if you haven't seen it yet and whatnot. But
It's called Fallout 4.
no, it's called
It's a little game.
We can talk about
Shut
that.
up,
That's what we
Ryan.
can talk
Dude,
about next
Fallout's
week.
gonna be amazing.
We can talk about that
I've got
next week.
not massive nerd boner for that one, but Horizon Zero Dawn. Anybody seen that one yet?
I have not seen that one yet.
Good, because I will show you the trailer of that. And
Is it new or is it a PC port?
It's the same guys who made Killzone, but it's an entirely original like game storyline. It looks phenomenal.
Strange. I'll check it out. So, but yeah, I mean, the HD remakes, the season passes, some new games coming out. We all have strong opinions about things. So.
RPGs are the best.
Anything else anybody else wants to throw out before we're done? So
I think we're good.
We're good.
I'm good.
We'll keep on coming back. We'll keep talking about interesting new things and old school things. You know, we'll have our ventures into tabletop gaming and card
If
gaming.
you guys have any ideas for segments that you'd like to talk about, please just feel free to
our table is
contact us.
Our table is mid Magic game right now. Magic the Gathering. We're in the middle of a game.
All right.
Yes.
But yeah, let us know of anything you want us to talk about. This is again the first podcast. It's pretty much a brand new channel. We don't have anything else up yet.
Yeah, this is you guys are part of the inauguration.
So we're gonna start hitting it hard. We got some game ideas we're gonna do, and yeah. So
Cheers.
Cheers.
right, yeah,
By
Friendly
the
Fire
way,
Gaming.
If you don't know, we've been drinking the whole time.
Yay.
That'll be a common theme on our Thursday night podcast. So we're gonna be on YouTube, Facebook, pretty much everywhere.
SoundCloud, probably upload to iTunes.
Everywhere,
Since
yeah.
it's
So
free now.
all right, well, thanks for listening, and
See
we'll be
you
back
guys all later.
next week.
Sounds good. I'm Pat.
I'm Nate. 2.
Me too.
Drew.
Nate won.
And I'm Logan, and Sean will be around occasionally.
Yeah,
So
he'll be around when he
But-
gets away from his kid.
me and Nate have a tradition, 2 more seconds, that anytime Sean misses an event, we basically do this whole "fuck you, Sean" thing.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, Sean.
That's fantastic.
All right.